Tenet is a divisive film. Some people hate it, but others think it's a masterpiece. Personally, I agree with both sides. I enjoyed Tenet, even more so on a rewatch. But I do think some things hold this movie back. Anyways, I'm just gonna start off by talking about the things I liked. From the moment the movie begins, we're thrown right into the action. The action and camera work here were done very well. It was impactful, intense, and easy to make out. And the reason why I said that is because especially the action scenes where John fights his inverted self. It felt unique and groundbreaking. The score by Ludwig Göransson, I believe, is easily one of the best things in this movie. Like, it just sets the tone for the scenes, especially in the heist scene. In that scene, his score just made it more exhilarating and intense. I'd even say his score is worth the price of admission alone. Conceptually speaking, I thought Inversion was really cool, especially the time travel aspect of it. Like the time travel in this movie is basically inverting yourself and going back through the entirety of the day, unlike using a flux capacitor or whatever and just hopping to another timeline. I mean, no hate towards Back to the Future though. I like how Nolan can take these grandiose concepts and make them feel believable and grounded. It's not exactly grounded as per real life, but it is based on real, credible science, and Nolan just took creative liberties with it. Another aspect I really liked was the attention to detail. Like a lot of things in this movie are calculated decisions. The palindromes, names of characters, and so many other things that I won't get into in this video. I get why Nolan took years with this project. He did a shit ton of research for this movie and it shows. Despite everything I said, it still didn't excel at a crucial aspect character. The protagonist in this film, who I'm gonna call John, didn't feel that interesting to me. I couldn't really get invested in him. Like John David Washington's performance was really good, but the script didn't let him develop. The script wanted him to go from scene to scene, spewing and receiving exposition just to further the plot. Now, if I compare this movie to Inception, the issues of Tenet are much more glaring. In Inception, Cobb was motivated by the desire to see his kids again. Also, his past trauma ties in with the plot, and Cobb had a character arc that resolves at the end. But in this movie, John goes through no internal conflict or progression. He just wants to save the world because the plot wants him to. I understand that John is a sacrificial person that would put his life before others. That was established at the beginning. I also understand that Nolan deliberately kept this character a mystery for the big reveal at the end. But that reveal just gives the plot more context. It doesn't flesh out the characters that much. And Kat was the only character who had an emotional arc that resolves at the end. But even then, her arc is explained through expository dialogue. Which brings me to my next problem. Every character in this movie is used as plot devices. When characters in this movie converse, the dialogue doesn't flesh out the characters, it fleshes out the plot. Basically, most conversations were a means to advance the plot. Like, I'm not trying to say exposition is a bad thing, but it is something that should be used effectively. It should be conveyed in a way that doesn't bore the audience or take them out of the scene. It shouldn't feel forced. In Tenet, character development is mostly done through exposition rather than communicating it visually. I think this was another reason why this movie lacked emotional weight compared to Nolan's other movies like Inception and Interstellar. Last thing I like to talk about is the Call of Duty-esque final act. I didn't really enjoy the final act. It was chaotic and overwhelming. Like, I couldn't follow what was going on. I mean, don't get me wrong, on a technical level, the explosions looked really cool. But there was just too much going on to fully grasp everything. Now, aside from these issues, I still think it was a good and enjoyable film, but I felt like it was more of a showcase of visual spectacle and concept rather than a character focused movie with emotional weight. That's it. Bye.